Let's now open the pages of this Bible and listen to the Holy Spirit as she provokes us to turn today's text from the book of Acts until we find ourselves written in it. This is one of those every year familiar stories. It's right up there with Christmas and Easter. And in previous years, we have gathered together in our sanctuary, young and old alike, wearing red. We've opened the organ stops to mimic the fierce wind of God. We've embodied all of the pageantry, the spectacular, magical literality of this text. Thank you, Rod Leroy, for that mellifluous turn of phrase. And we have just enjoyed the day. We turned it into a spring festival. This year, we allow ourselves to go back to the cynicism and the scientific realism a little bit, to get more personal, because this text meets us in a very different context. We, like the disciples, are days into lockdown. They were only into 50. We're into 15 months. 15 months of on-edge isolation, cut off from life as we knew it, and fearful of what's to come. Yet punctuated, thank God, by these weekly in-home worshipful injections of hope and purpose. Perhaps also like the disciples as they did their crucified and risen Lord's bidding, praying while waiting for God's sign of whatever would come next. So this text meets us in a different context from the festival years of before, and we will hear it differently. So as you hear this text that I'm going to read very simply this morning, I'm going to ask you to be attentive to this question. Where are you in the story? Or maybe it's easier if I put, if you were there back then, where would you be in it? Where were you when the Spirit blew through?